All right, class, make sure you have out your notes. They should look just like this. And we are going to understand how a rate is related to a ratio and use rate reasoning to find the unit rate, okay? So rate's going to be really important, all right? So let's find out what that is. It is a special ratio where the units are different. So we've actually dealt with these before, but now they have a special name, okay? So it's ratios with different units, okay? So if I'm looking at this one, Lucy takes 6 minutes to run 4 laps around the track, which is a pretty good time, all right? Notice minutes and laps are different units, so it's considered a rate, all right? And our other important word was unit rate. So what's a unit rate? Well, it's a rate with a denominator of 1. Okay, that is a must. And remember that denominator, okay, it is the bottom of a fraction, okay, or it's the second number, okay? The bottom or the second number. So let's take a look here, all right? And something really important, okay? Put a star by this, that's how important it is. This is going to be how we solve them, okay? Divide the numerator which is the first number, by the denominator. Okay? Super important. Okay? I'm even circling it with my star. Okay? So let's take a look over here at, it's the same story problem. Okay? We have our rate, which was the 6 minutes to 4 laps. Okay? Now, how would I get to this unit rate? Okay? I would do the first number 6 divided by the second number 4. Okay? That's going to get me 1.5. Okay? So that's where I get my 1.5. You might be asking, like, how am I getting from 4 to 1? Well, if I divide the 6 by 4, okay, I also have to divide this side by 4. 4 divided by 4 is 1. Okay? Let's take a look here. This time we switch it up. 4 laps and 6 minutes. What would be my division problem right here? Pause it, write it down. Well, it would be the first number 4 divided by the second number 6. Okay, that's going to get me either 0.666666 forever or 2/3. Okay, and remember, because I divided by 6 on this side, I do have to divide by 6 on this side, and 6 divided by 6 is 1. That's why I get 1 here. Okay? All right, so let's go ahead and actually try out the whole problem, okay? So a hummingbird flapped its wings 1,500 times in 30 seconds during a normal flight. Assuming a constant rate, how many times did the hummingbird flap its wings per second? Okay, so whatever comes here after the per, that's going to be my second number, okay? And in this case, it's going to be seconds. So my rate's going to be 1,590 times, I'm going to put a T for times, 30 seconds. Okay, and yes, I could write this in fraction form. I could write this with the word 2, all right? A rate's just like a ratio, okay? Then we get to unit rate, though. That's a little different, okay? Remember, think back. We divide the first number by the second number because it's like we're dividing both, whoopsies, that's a 0. There we go. Both numbers by that second number, okay? So we look down here. I can automatically do 30 divided by 30 is 1. Okay, and remember, unit rate has to have a 1 in it, so I'm off to a good start. And then we're going to have to do this problem. 1,590 divided by 30. Go ahead and do it, then check my work. Okay, so that is my answer right there. Goes over into my unit rate because they didn't just want the answer. 53 times in 1 second. That's a lot. I'll circle these up so that we can easily find them if we need, okay? So we got a rate, we got a unit rate. Okay, let's see if we can answer this question. Okay? How many times will the hummingbird flap its wings in 2 minutes? Okay, so if I have 53 in 1 second, okay, we could make a table, we could make a tape diagram, but because it's already a 1, it's really easy. Okay? Okay? How many seconds in a minute? 1 minute equals 60 seconds. Okay? So let's go ahead and get it to 1 minute. So if I times this by 60 to get to my 60 seconds, or my 1 minute, okay? I'm going to just write 60 seconds so we remember. Okay, I of course have to multiply this by 60. Okay, go ahead, pause it, answer it. It is 3,180. I would like you to try and figure out how could I use this to get to my 2 minutes. Pause it, try it. To get to my 2 minutes, I know this is 1 minute, so I have to times this by 2. That means I'll have to times this by 2. So I'll get 6,360 times in my 2 minutes, or 120 seconds. Okay, and this is a really good rate, but I do just have to write the number up top. Okay, and the reason I have to write this separate is so that I know that this is your answer, okay? Because if you write just the rate, I won't know if 6,000 is your answer or 120 is your answer. All right, let's go ahead and try some more. So what I would like you to do in this section is to pause it and try each one. Then come back and I'll talk through them. All right, looking at our first one, Samantha picked 45 oranges in 5 minutes. Okay, if I'm looking, they didn't tell me what order I need to write it in, so I'm just going to use the story. 45 oranges, and make sure that O is really small. To 5 men. Okay? Now, remember, I'm going to divide by that second number, so I'm going to divide both of them by 5. Okay? 45 divided by 5 is 9 oranges. Okay? 5 divided by 5 is 1 minute. So for each minute Samantha's out there, she's picking 9 oranges for us. Okay? What if I asked how much she picked in 2 minutes or in 3 minutes? What could you do? Let's do 3 minutes. Times 3 times 3, just like before. It's just really nice this time because it's always a 1 right there. Okay? So she will pick 27 oranges in her 3 minutes. Okay? Let's take a look down here. It took a pet store 10 weeks to sell 80 cats. What is the rate sold per week? Okay, you see how this per week? That's telling me that week has to go second. Okay? 10 weeks. And you might be asking why. When it says per, it's saying that that's the one that has to become the 1. It's saying that I'm going to need to get to 1 week, and I always have to have my second number be the 1. Okay, that's why I'm putting week as the second. And 80 cats. Okay, what can I divide both those by? Well, I have to divide by the second number, so I'm going to divide them both by 10. Okay, that's going to get me 8 cats for each week. 8 cats to 1 week. All right, and our last one. A scientist used 2 gallons of liquid for every 3 hours of work. Every 3 hours he works. He used blank of a gallon each hour he works, okay? So it says each hour, and they want this part first, the gallons. So I'm going to use the gallon to hour ratio. 2 gallons, and I'm going to write gal so that I don't get confused later with grams. 3 hours. Okay, this one is a little weird. I have to divide by that 3. Okay, 3 divided by 3 is just 1, so 1 hour, just like I wanted. But this 2 divided by 3, you can get a decimal, or you could just write it as a fraction. 2 over 3 is the same as having 2 divided by 3. Okay? Have a great day. We don't need a circle on that one. And we will practice more tomorrow.